Well, Banyana Banyana, our national women's team, is known to be only producing good results. Kodwa at the back of that, they're known to also not being receiving the recognition that they so much deserve. Now, they've managed to also secure a spot in the World Cup that will be taking place in France. So today, as Expressions, we ask, do Banyana Banyana really get the respect and recognition that they so much deserve? So join me as we have a conversation with them. You going to the World Cup. Let's speak to the viewers. Tell them what it is that you'd like to see them, doing in terms of making sure that the girls get the support they need. Because I think it begins even with the comments that we make on social media about the Banyana Banyana squad. What would you like to tell our viewers at home?
You know, we were very happy and very grateful and very excited during AFCON with all the support we got from social media. Even our president, Dr. Cyril Ramaphosa, called us from Argentina. Myself and Tembi got invited to the sauna, so it shows with the team doing really well. But the support we've had was tremendous. You do get criticism, and you've got to take that because that's how you grow. But the support we've had generally has been really good. And all we can do is ask for this continued support because we play for them. You know, that 57 million people that's out there. When we reached our Tambo and we saw that, you then realize the magnitude of what it is to qualify for the World Cup because it's not just the team here, it's everyone.
Tell me, let's talk about preparations for the World Cup. Are you excited and what has been going into it all?
We have been improving each and every time we play as a team. So now we're going to Cyprus next week, playing against Czech Republic, Korea, DPR, and Finland. It's going to be a tough one for us, but I think we're going there to explore, and it's going to be preparation for the World Cup.
Sometimes people support positive results, and we've seen with us, we've been playing very well. When you look at the performance last year and the start of this year, we've been doing well, and hopefully we can perform even better. But the support that we've been getting so far, it's overwhelming, it's exciting, and we can get more from South Africans also, and including the media. They've been playing a big part in profiling Banyana Banyana players, which is what we've been crying about.
Before we take this conversation to the studio, the girls would like to say something.
Keep watching Expression!
Banyana Banyana making us proud. And on that note, we want to say hello, Dumelang, Sanbonani, South Africa. Welcome to Expressions. This is definitely the place for you to air your views. I'm your host, Jacqueline Mapala.
Sanbonani, Sinbingele Snamgele. I'm your host, Umqolisi Wagomasango. Now we're coming to you live from our headquarters in Auckland Park, Johannesburg. Tonight we talk about women in sports, and did you know some countries such as England and Australia have set up professional leagues for women in cricket, rugby and football? So why is South Africa still lagging behind? Tonight we take the spotlight and put it on women in sports who are making great strides. Now our poll question this evening, does Banyana Banyana get the respect and recognition they so richly deserve?
Oh, that's a very important question because South Africa is very passionate about sports, and over the past 2 decades it's launched a series of promotions around women's participation in sports, but women still remain underrepresented in sports fraternities. Now recently Banyana Banyana made the country proud and qualified for the 2019 Women's World Cup in France, yet they still struggle to attract supporters to stadiums, especially during local games, and they get paid lower than their male counterparts. Bafana, go.
Well, Jackie Xenjalo, as Expressions, we indeed took to the streets just to find out what can be done to curb gender discrimination in sports. Take a look at this.
I am your street journal this evening. Today we are in the streets of Braamfontein and we are talking about Banyana Banyana. Banyana Banyana, they have made it to the Women's FIFA World Cup for the first time this year. Do you think that they are getting the celebration and recognition that they deserve?
No, of course not. Because if they were getting the recognition that they deserve, wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
According to us Africans, for a girl to play soccer, it's kind of weird. You check. So yeah, that's what I also believe. I believe that that's the reason why they don't get enough respect, because they're in the society they're in doesn't allow them to have that respect because of the cultures that exist in this country.
Most girls, girls, there are things that ezinozenza nezingenozenza so ngokuzona ziyafoster zifuna ungena kwinto ezenziwa ngamajita so thina sibajonga njalo ncama laba akho nto bazayenza.
Why do you think that young people don't watch female soccer as they do the gentlemen's soccer?
I don't think it's promoted as much. Maybe, yeah. I mean, you see male soccer players on billboards everywhere. I mean, on TV. I mean, they're mostly on TV.
Azange umbona umjito odlala netball angithi. Like thina majita azange sathi sifuna udlala netball. Mara i-girls zona zifuna udlala soccer. So that is why stone ba abantwana bayazithanda izinto like bafunana esokeni.
Because like we are exposed to like bafana like thada like PSL like resheba like bolo like PSL and then like bola ya Banyana atlhagele mo TV.
Banyana Banyana iyadlala ungdlula abafana but they don't earn more.
I feel like soccer it's a male dominated sport which like I don't feel accommodated.
So those were some of the comments on the streets from young people speaking about this also important conversation that we're having in studio around whether women, at least Banyana Banyana, are they getting the support that they deserve in this country. But of course, I'm not going to discuss this topic by myself. I'm joined in studio by Lydia Munyebo, who is the former Banyana Banyana player, and I'm also joined by friend Hilton Smith, who is the technical director and HOD for women's football for SAFA. And of course, I never do this by myself. If you're wondering what's happened to my co-host Mkolisi, he is obviously manning our social media corner and of course bringing some of your insights and perspective on all this important conversation that we're having in studio. Ladies, welcome to Expressions.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
A lot of interesting comments that came across there from some of our young people on the streets. But I think Leah, let me start with you. I mean, you're a former Banyana Banyana player. I mean, we heard one of the guys saying there, what do women have to do with soccer, number one? And then we know that, I mean, Banyana Banyana, most importantly, they've qualified for the Women's World Cup this year in 2019 in France. And not to spread around any haterization, but we know Bafana struggled. And I want to pose the poll question to you. Do you feel, as a former player, that Banyana Banyana are taken seriously by this country?
Look, as a former player, I would say where I was back in the days to now, it's really improved. You know, the recognition that the girls are getting, the support that they're getting, the sponsorship, the money that is being put in the team and the preparation has really, really improved tenfold. But if you compare Banyana Banyana with their counterparts, we still got a very long way to go.
And I want to bring Fran into this conversation because, I mean, we were even saying in our intro that Banyana Banyana, they still struggle to attract supporters to the stadium, especially for some of their local games. They're still paid less than their male counterparts, but we know that they are consistent, they're performing, they're giving us results. Why is there such a discrepancy? Why are we treating them differently?
Well, I think it's historical all over the world. Women are generally paid less than the men, except a few progressive countries like America. I think it's Finland where now the women get equal pay. But I think when it comes to recognition and acknowledging Banyana, I don't understand why big corporates don't come on board and recognize them and come and sponsor the team. For so many years, we've just had Sassel. The girls have qualified for the World Cup. We have so many players playing overseas at the highest level. We've cleaned up, we've won every award. So corporates must come on board and help to promote women's football.
Yeah, and I mean, again, if you are performing, if you are producing results, you're not doing women a favor. They are delivering on their end. And I think I want to ask you, Lydia, I mean, we said in the intro as well, the countries such as England and Australia, they've set up professional leagues. Are we seeing that in South Africa? Why is there such a huge lag in terms of us being able to professionalize that provincial level, that, you know, that local level when it comes to women's soccer?
As Fran is saying, it's got to do with funds. You know, you need the funding to support a national league. I know that SAFA, we're trying to put together a national league for this year that was supposed to start soon, but it's been postponed now due to a lack of funds. Until we see corporate sponsors come on board and join the likes of Sasol in supporting Banyana Banyana. I mean, Sasol has been supporting this team since, you know, 2004, you know, 2014. So, you know, they've been pulling this team alone, but we want other sponsors to come on board and support the girls. And it's not only about supporting the girls on national level, such as Banyana Banyana and the women's senior team, but we also want to see the girls growing from grassroots level. And we're talking the leagues, you know, the league that is playing now, the Sasso League, you know, it's not sufficient. We want a national league that can incorporate everybody and the quality of football to improve.
And I think for you, Fran, we just want to find out from you. I mean, in terms of, I mean, we're talking a lot around the fact that, I mean, funding is so important to this area, whether it's development level, whether it's us being able to come up with some kind of a professional league so that we can get a lot of the women coming up from grassroots level. I want to understand, what is the discrepancy in terms of someone who's working in SAFA? I mean, are we seeing a proper investment in terms of SAFA's responsibility, maybe even the department's responsibility in terms of developing this area?
Well, I think government comes in a lot. I mean, in the last year, they've sponsored a massive talent identification project, Sport and Recreation South Africa, to come and help develop women's football. FIFA have given money, we've developed administrators. But certainly, women's football needs much more funding. That's just a given. And it needs a professional league. We're starting with the one this year. But it all boils down to money. And SAFA is an association. So they rely on sponsors. And obviously, with the PSL, it's all focused on men. So we need to change that mindset. And the way to do it is to appeal to corporates, especially ones headed by women. That's how we got Sasol. The head who was appointed at Sasol, Nalita Fakudi, said, I'm finished with the men, I'm coming now to do women. And that's how we got Sasol. And other corporates who do hair stuff and makeup and whatever, they must come and support women in all sports, not just football.
And look, and I want to reiterate this to the people at home. We're not doing them a favor. They're performing, they're giving us results literally consistently, and I think it's very important to put our support behind Banyana Banyana. And you're watching Expressions. We'll be back after this. Nkolisi on the flip side of this.
It's all interactive and still #1. We on Facebook, Twitter as well, and as Instagram. Of course, you're still watching Expressions, your hashtag #1 Youth Current Affairs Show. I'm Tanjik Sekho. We're talking about women in sports, and we asking, does Banyana Banyana get the respect and recognition they deserve? I'm now joined by Uneto Chemana, who is a sports analyst. Good evening and welcome to Expressions.
A very good evening.
Thank you so much for joining us. Great to have you here. Now, Neto, you know, I saw an article in which an analyst said that women have it twice as hard. They first have to prove that they're good at what they do, but they also have to prove that they're worthy of the recognition and support. Would you agree with that statement?
There's a truth in that. Generally, there's this reluctance when it comes to change. People don't take it too light. So people are still conservative. There's people who are still stuck in the old saying that a woman's place is in the kitchen. But we're not being fair, because this is the same woman who was perhaps earlier on driving the bus that is driven by male counterparts. So we need to be fair and move on from those mentalities. If we can move on from those mentalities, then it's a good point of departure. I'll make you a perfect example. Banyana Banyana recently, they are going to the FIFA World Cup in France. And for me, that's a stunt right there. Now we need another stunt from the association saying, with the budgetary constraints that we have, we are going to pull a stunt. We are going to divide the budget that we have for male counterparts and Banyana Banyana into 50-50. When you raise kids as twins, you raise them as the same person. So what goes on the right goes on the left. So why is it supposed to be different this time around?
It must be equal treatment for everybody. And you just made a very interesting point where you said there are stereotypes around women and where they supposedly belong. Lydia, I just want to ask you this. I saw you shaking your head there when we saw some of the inserts when one young person said that you can't have abantu besifazane playing football. Did you deal with some of those stereotypes during your time, and how did you deal with them and handle them?
Look, it's true. The perceptions are out there that, you know, we as women shouldn't be on the soccer field. We should be doing our hair, putting on makeup, you know, cooking something in the kitchen. But these people, I think they're ill-advised. You know, the women have been playing football since 1993. I mean, Banyana Banyana has been on international stage since 1993. And we've done well. When Bafana Bafana was winning AFCON, we were there playing football with no money. We were playing because of our passion. But now things have changed, obviously, you know, with money involved and everything. And I did get those kind of, you know, comments from the boys to say, you know, why are you playing football? Can you even trap a ball with your chest? You know, those kind of comments. But you brush them aside because what goes on inside you is because you want to play for your national team. The passion is what was driving us back then to be donning a national team jersey and representing our country.
Neto, do you feel our perception as far as women in sports are concerned are changing as a nation?
If they are, the nation is taking long to connect. I'll make you another example. To this day, I'm still waiting for an invitation from a lady that says, let's go watch Banyana Banyana. Statistically, in this country, we've got more women than men. Why is it stopping that invitation from a lady saying to a guy, let's go watch Banyana Banyana? So much as we are talking about recognition, it is everyone's responsibility. As the nation, we've got to take responsibility. If you say to me, I'm broke, most of Banyana games are for free, if not all. Now, we can work around how do we get there. It shouldn't be a problem. And obviously, for the corporate world, for them to come on board, we've got to make as much noise as possible. Let's talk about broadcasting as an example. A lot of times, Banyana Banyana games are not getting broadcasting deals, but Bafana Bafana is. So why are you treating twins differently if they are twins?
It's very important to have a same stroke for everybody. And of course, let me just quickly at the back of that, just check in with our WhatsApp voice note. And here's your expression for this week. Please roll it.
Hi, expression. My name is Charles. Personally, I don't think that Banyana Banyana are given enough recognition because if you look at the budget that SAFA gives to both Bafana Bafana and Banyana Banyana, you'll find that the budget actually far exceeds the budget given to Banyana Banyana. I think that more recognition needs to be given to them, Banyana Banyana, as they are playing great football and they win more games and they represent the country better than, I would say, Bafana Bafana.
Speaking to a very critical point, Neto, and of course, I want to know from you, what do you think really needs to be done? Because it's very concerning that we're still having a conversation such as this now, you know, in this point in time. I mean, Banyana Banyana has been around for a while.
You know, people with ambitions will tell you that they achieve because of the level of aggression is high. So if we really want Banyana to be where they deserve to be, we've got to pull stands. Like I've said earlier on, from the association point of view, the association needs to say, yes, we are in dire need of investments from corporate world, but with the little that we have, let's share what we have equally, so that while we are saying SAFA is not having enough funds to run a professional women's soccer league, but let's utilize the little there is. I mean, the Minister of Sport in mid-January pledged 5 million to formation of the professional soccer league. That 5 million, considering the fact that we are talking 9 provinces, it will go into transport. Perhaps one game go into Mpumalanga from Joburg for all 16 teams or whatever number of teams, and then it's out again. But are we making enough noise? There's a beverages company, as an example, in this country that writes people's names. So we
should be pumping in resources.
Are we pumping Banyana Banyana names on those cans to say Banyana Banyana is heading to the World Cup, let's give them support? No, we don't.
Okay, let's just quickly check in with what some of our viewers have to say on Facebook. Now, Croc says, yes, they do. They just need to work more hard to be recognized by more people because they're lacking ambition. Well, I'm sad that's how you think. Now, Isaac says, yes, right now they get recognition after they qualified for Women's World Cup. And of course, mention some of the names that got the CAF awards respectively. Finally, Sipo says, a big no, Banyana need to be in place with the same level as Bafana Bafana because they are better than Bafana Bafana. Hashtag expressions. Remember, of course, to keep those comments sweet and short. This all-important conversation continues, must we remember to tell a friend that the hottest current affairs show is now showing. Back after this.
Welcome back. You're still watching Expressions, and tonight we're talking about women in sports. And the poll question that we're asking you, Kochaye, is does Banyana Banyana get the respect and recognition that they deserve? And I mean, ladies, we know that a lot has sort of been discussed from the social media corner, but I just need a little bit of your final thoughts. I mean, of course, we want to recognize the stellar achievement of Banyana Banyana in qualifying for the 2019 Women's World Cup. And I think, Lydia, maybe let me start with you, Lydia, around encouraging young people to support Banyana Banyana, especially because the tickets are free.
Yeah, I think wherever the game is, and if you've got an opportunity to get to the stadium and see the girls, go out there. Yes, all you have to do is just go to a shop, right, Checkers, and get the ticket and get to the stadium. Sometimes you actually just need to rock up at the stadium to watch the girls. I think what's important as well, to show the games on TV. I think showing the games on a national broadcaster such as SABC is important. We never got to see the women's AFCON. We only got to see it on another channel, which was not national. So we missed out a lot on getting that recognition, and the sponsors probably are scared because they're not getting that maybe mileage that they're looking for in sponsoring the team. But if the game is around your area, also you at home, you need to go out there. Don't say the game is on TV, I'm going to watch it on TV. Get out of your door, get on that taxi, get in your car and go to the stadium and support the girls.
And I think as Expressions, most importantly, we want to say that we support you as Banyana Banyana, and this is the reason why we've created this platform. And I think for you, Fran, you said that what turned the tide for Banyana Banyana in terms of their sponsorship is the fact that there was female leadership in that particular sponsor that sponsored you guys. I mean, I think talk a little bit to that. Talk to a little bit to why it's important to have corporate investment and financial support for Banyana Banyana.
Well, they've got the money, and we need that money. And I think in January, when we played Sweden in Cape Town and Netherlands, we had a massive crowd there. Kaizer Chiefs supporters were out supporting the girls. And we want to have in April a fill up the stadium for Banyana, their farewell match. And we want to see another corporate on that jersey, not just Cecil. And there's women out there and men who must come on board and support this team. We're doing well. They've qualified for everything. What more do people want to come and support the girls?
Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for the insight and a lot of food for thought when it comes to this also important conversation. I think our country really needs to rally and support Banyana Banyana. I mean, these girls are performing, you know, they're performing. Get results, let's support them.
Yeah, and Neto said something very important, that the ladies also need to support each other.
Exactly, it's equal responsibility.
Yep, and at the back of that in Bugeli, we did ask you the sole important question, we asked if Banyana Banyana are getting the support that they so richly deserve. About 80% of you said no, and 20% said yes. And of course, that reflects that not everybody thinks they're getting the support that they deserve. And of course, we also asked you what you'd like for us to discuss next week. Let's have a look at our video diary.
Next week ngicala nikhulume ngama-election ngoba manje sizoqala uvota, amavoti around the corner. So sifuna ukwazi ukuthi sivotelani noma kungeza nje labantu laba ama-politician bazositshela ngamavoti. Fanele sazi ukuthi yini into esobatshela yona ukuthi sivotelani.
Election season is coming up, and of course you know that some of the decisions will be made by Abantabasha, which is why we're looking forward to that one. Of course, Expressions will be bringing you rolling coverage to the build-up of the elections happening this year. Muntu Musha, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, Cutting Edge is up next. Snotile Cele plays us out. Nsale kahle.
Adios.
Nguwe baba.
Ithemba lama themba.
Ohlala
njalo
ngikubabaza ngikhonza wena impilo yami kuwe impilo yami yonke Jehova nguwe ithemba lamathemba Ohlala njalo ngikubabaza ngikhonza wena impilo yami yonke